Hello everyone. In this video we're going to be kind of backtracking a little bit. If you've been following along with the videos up to this point, you have probably noticed that we have covered all of the tools from here up except for this one right here, this node tool, and this one, the shape builder tool. The shape builder tool is what we're going to focus on in this video, and then I'm going to do a video after this one that kind of talks a little bit about the node tool. And the reason why I skipped over these two is, one, I wanted to get all of the shape tools done first before I went and talked about the node tool. And then the shape builder tool, I almost didn't even do a video about it because I never really use it. A lot of people think it's a great addition. It's only been recently added to Inkscape, so if you've watched older Inkscape tutorial videos, you probably won't see this shape builder tool talked about. And that's really what made me decide to go back and do a video about it. It's not really complicated to use. A lot of people feel like it's intuitive to use. I personally don't see how it's that much better than the ones that were already in Inkscape, but that's just my opinion. From what I've heard, and I haven't used Illustrator in so long that I don't remember a tool like this being in Illustrator. However, others have said that it works just like the one that's in Illustrator, so that might be why people like the fact that Inkscape has it, because maybe they're used to using it in Illustrator. Since I've never used a tool like this and have gotten used to using the ones that are already in Inkscape, which I'm going to do a separate video after I do the node video that basically runs through some of the operations that you can perform on multiple shapes. But enough about that. Let's get into the reason why I'm doing this video, and that is this shape builder. Now that we've seen how we can draw shapes, I'm just going to drag out a rectangle here, and let's make it a square, and then I'm going to come up here and I'm going to just set it over here, and then I'm going to drag out a perfect circle, and I'm going to set it right there, and then I'm going to use the polygon tool with 3 corners to drag out a triangle. And now we have 3 shapes. And let's say we want to build an odd shape using these shapes. And that's really all that the shape builder does, is it allows you to build irregular shapes with these simple ones. So I'm going to drag out a selection box and select all 3 of them. And then I'm going to come up here and hit the shape builder tool, and you'll notice it has a shortcut key of X. So you can either hit X or you can come up here and click the button. I'm going to click the button. And before we do this, let me change one of these. Let's change each one of these to a different color, because I want to show you how this works. So now we'll select all 3 of these, and we will hit this button, and you'll see it goes into this grayscale mode. Now, it didn't change the colors. Basically, this is allowing you to see what segments you have. This entire shape is broken up into several pieces now. Everywhere there's an overlap, it's a separate piece. And all you have to do to add all these together is just start dragging on one of these objects and just color in everything you want to keep. And then when you let off, you can hit enter and it will add them all together. Now, what if you wanted to cut out the triangle but keep these two? Well, you still do it the same way. You just drag out everything, and when you hit your button over here, or you use the X key, depending on how you're doing it, you just highlight those and exclude the triangle from your drag, and then when you hit enter, it subtracts it. So you can do addition and subtraction and with this one tool. Just by leaving out the part you want to subtract, it just doesn't include it. One more thing that I want to show you is each time up to this point, I have been starting with the circle when I add them together, but watch what happens if I start with the square instead of the circle. I'm going to hit the button, and then I'm going to start with the square. Before I was starting in here, and the circle is red, but I'm going to start up here with the square, and watch what happens to the objects as we, you know what, let me do it. I'm going to do a different selection here. Let's do a little bit of a, let's do that. Now, since I started with the square, everything takes on the properties of what the square had because it was the first one that I started on. So just keep that in mind if you're working with different colors of shapes. When you start the one you start the drag with on your mouse, that's the one that's that's the properties that the rest of them are going to take on, because it has to make a decision what color is the shape going to be, so it just starts with whichever one you clicked first. So this is now, once you hit enter and lock that in, it is now a single shape, and it's not a group. It's, if you click into it, basically you have these nodes, and now you can, just like any other path, you can edit those. But we haven't gotten into nodes yet, so I won't talk too much about that, but you get the idea here. You just build all the pieces of whatever it is you want to build for a shape, and then you put it in shape builder mode, and then you, by dragging your mouse across the shapes, you tell Inkscape, these are the pieces I want to keep. And then when you hit enter, it keeps all the pieces that you highlighted, and it throws away everything that you skipped. So that's basically how you use that shape builder tool, and many people will find that to be very intuitive and easy to use. It's basically it builds shapes, as you can see here, as when I point to it, it builds shapes with the Boolean tool. It's basically yes or no. You put all these shapes on the canvas, and then you drag across the yeses, and you skip all the no's, and then it just makes the shape based on what you told it. So that is it for that tool. Pretty simple, not too long of a video. Just a reminder, I support this channel by means of my designs that I sell on marketplaces. I don't have any kind of a membership fee. I don't charge for these videos. I don't have a Patreon. So if you want to support the channel, check out my designs. If you're not up to that, like, subscribe, comment. All of those actions help, and they don't really cost you anything. But that's going to do it for this video, and I hope that helps, and thanks for watching.